And today we're going to be checking out the HolyStone HS900. This is a brand new sub 250 gram 4K 3-axis gimbal drone. How cool is that? Now, the first thing I'm going to do is show you some footage because I'm going to let the drone camera speak for itself, and then we're going to come back and see what all you get with this drone and go over some specs and details. So let's get to it. Okay, so what do you think of that footage? HolyStone has really stepped up their game with the HS900, and with this being a 249 gram drone, the plus side of that is you don't have to register this drone and you don't have to use remote ID as long as you're not using it commercially. Very, very cool. Now, it does claim a transmission range of 20,000 feet, and that is of course line of sight. If you get behind buildings or trees, it will reduce that distance. Now, this drone does also have modes that you've come to know and love. If you fly drones, it has follow me mode, it has a circle me mode, it also has an ascent mode, basically where you put it on a target and you tell it to go and it will lift up and kind of cruise back, capturing a nice cinematic shot for your video. It does have 4 brushless motors. It does have interchangeable propellers. You have things like EV control that you can control on the controller itself with an actual toggle. And what EV is basically you're controlling the amount of light going into your drone, so you can either like dim down your exposure or you can increase your exposure. It does fly with GPS. When I was flying today, I was connected with 24 GPS satellites. And on top of all that, the drone does have a level 5 wind resistance rating. Now, I'm not going to lie, I was concerned today because the wind was gusting to 17 miles an hour on the ground. Who knows what it was above the tree level? So I was hoping I didn't get pushed away because I was next to the water. And when this little guy went up, he fought the wind just fine and had no issues. I had no problems hovering and capturing some of those nice images that you just saw. So what I want to do now is I want to point the camera down and take a closer look at the drone and also go over what all you get. The camera on the HS900 is a Sony 1/2.3 inch CMOS sensor shooting 4K 30 frames per second or 1080p at 60 frames a second. You can do 48 megapixel photos. It does have a 3-axis gimbal. It has a field of view of 83 degrees, and you can tilt the gimbal from a negative 90 degrees to 30 degrees. The battery is an intelligent modular battery. You just tap it once and hold for it to come on, and you can see how it powers up and displays your battery level. It is an intelligent battery, so it's going to protect it from overvolting, overcharging, and things like that you've come to expect. And I got somewhere between 15 and 20 minutes of runtime on this, and winds from 10 to 17 miles an hour plus, which is quite good for a sub 250 gram drone. On the bottom of the drone, you can see that you have a landing camera and some landing sensors, because this does have return to home, and as you saw in the video, it was quite accurate, as good as any drone I've seen, and landing almost exactly where it took off. Alright, so here's the drone. Of course, I've already pulled this out of the package. I've already pulled everything out of the package, but I'm just going to go ahead and show the drone off to you first. It does come with a camera protector. This just clips on over your camera to help protect that gimbal while you're packed up and traveling. You're also going to get this nice travel bag or carrying bag for your drone and all your accessories. It does have a padded handle on top. It's made out of a nice rubberized cloth, I should say. It does have a shoulder strap as well. This is going to be your controller. The way this controller works is a lot of these HolyStone drones have connected via Bluetooth or Wi-Fi in the past to the controller. This one actually uses a cord and plugs directly into your phone, and it does have the Lightning and the USB-C option depending on what kind of phone that you have. You can see in the bottom your thumb toggles are stored right here. You just pop them out and they actually screw on to your right here, so you can remove your joysticks so they don't get broken. This is your EV control right here for your exposure on your camera, your on-off button, your return to home. You have your camera button on top. You can tilt your gimbal up and down with this one right here. You have your flip out antennas, and on the bottom it has the actual built-in phone holder as well, and this is where you connect your smartphone and just plug it right in. The controller does feel nice in hand. It doesn't feel like super light or super cheap. It actually feels of good quality. You're also going to get a USB to USB-C charge cord. This is the other cord that you get. This is a USB-C to USB-C in case you have an Android phone. I have an Apple, so I'm using the Lightning cord. You're going to get a screwdriver for swapping out propellers if you need to. You're going to get an extra bag of propeller screws. And then you're also going to have extra propellers in case you have that crash and break a few. You're going to get 8 replacements, and they are directional, and they do display on the propeller what direction they are supposed to spin. And the mesh top of the bag up here is where you're going to have your quick start guide, your disclaimer and safety guidelines, and you're going to have your full HS900 user manual. So my experience with the HS900 was actually really good. I was really satisfied with the quality that I got from this drone. I did not doctor those videos up or edit them in any way, and I didn't even shoot the best time of day. The best time of the day is usually during sunrise or sunset, what they call the golden hour. Midday is usually probably the worst because everything looks the most washed out, and I still got some really decent looking video from this drone. You could see the leaves on the trees, the exposure was right, the water looked good. I really was satisfied with that aspect coming from such a small drone. The drone does only come with one battery, but like I said, you're going to get up to 20 minutes of flight time with that battery, and that's usually plenty enough. Overall, I feel like HolyStone is stepping up their game. They're starting to give us more competitive drones with the competition, and this one gets the job done. I hope this video helps, and thanks for watching.